Us now on Zoom as our good friend and offensive lineman for the Carolina Panthers, Brady Christensen.
Yeah.
Brady, great to see you this morning. How you doing?
Good, guys. It's good to be on here. It's good to see you guys. I'm doing well, can't complain.
Great to hear it. I know you got some OTAs coming up later this month as you continue your preparation for next season with the Panthers. But in the meantime,
you're not a rookie.
You're not a rookie anymore.
Not a rookie.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Made it. Not a rookie anymore. No more rookie duties. That's the best part of it all.
I can understand that. Now, your good friend and one of your former BYU teammates, James Empey, is looking for his NFL shot and looking to crack in with the camp as he prepares for the NFL draft and the crazy free agency signing period. What do you think he's going through right now? Because you did this to a degree just a year ago. So what's James Empey thinking right now?
I think right at this point, you're just like, there's so much unknown. That's the hardest part of the whole thing. You have no idea where you're going to be living. You could be living in one of 30 basically cities. So that's the hardest part. Am I going to get drafted? Where am I going to get drafted? What team's going to draft me? Where am I going to go? Am I going to be undrafted? All these things are going through your head, and it's just kind of crazy. And so that's what he's going through. But you just kind of got to ride the storm and trust the process and enjoy it, because you only get one time, at one time to get drafted. And so I just tell him just to enjoy it.
And certainly if he was healthy, I think he had a great shot at being drafted. Because he was kind of banged up, I'm not sure he gets picked, but certainly a free agent opportunity is going to come his way, it feels like. So what advice would you give to James in this process?
I would just tell him, I told him a while back just to trust your film, because that's what I believe the NFL scouts and the front offices are looking at the most is your film. That's your product. And he has some of the best film as far as centers go in college football over the last 3 or 4 years. And me and his trainer they trained with, dude, we were talking about it. And it's like, sometimes he might get overlooked because of that injury, but some team is going to find him and going to be like, this kid is an absolute stud. He's going to be a steal.
Yeah.
Just based on his film alone. And so I would just tell him just to trust that, and everything will fall into place.
Brady Christensen is with us on BYU Sports Nation. As you look back on your own lead up to the draft, before you were picked by the Carolina Panthers, in retrospect, what was the wildest or craziest or strangest thing that happened to you through the whole draft process?
I don't know. I wouldn't say, I guess it was kind of wild, but kind of the hardest part. I can't remember exactly when Pro Day was, but it was towards the end of March, and we had our son Ledger March 16th. And so I was running, I think we had Pro Day a week later. And so I was running on no sleep, just getting out of the hospital. We were in the hospital for four plus days. And that was just crazy. And I remember going to Pro Day, and, I got up, drank some caffeine, and I don't know where it came from, but I had a really, really good day. And everyone was like, dude, is that dad strength? The dad strength got you through it.
Dad strength, yeah.
The dad strength helped me perform super good. It was, I did it way better than I would have even expected. And I had like high, lofty goals. And so that was an incredible journey, just to have our son Ledger and then Pro Day, and then have him there when I got drafted. And then just that whole process was insane, but it was incredible.
I'm going to rethink of that day as the new dad strength day of Brady Christensen and not the Zach Wilson day.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, oh,
Yes.
the throw by Zach. And it was fun, right? And like the Niners went up to 3 that day, and we're like, oh my gosh, they want Zach or whatever. But anyway, super fun. Okay, you mentioned not being a rookie. You don't have rookie stuff, right? What kind of rookie stuff did you have to do? Was there like a dinner you paid for that was like the largest amount of money you've ever paid in a single sum, plus carrying bags and stuff? What are we talking about?
Rookie, dude, everything. Like, I had to get a coffee machine for the offensive line room. I decorated for Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, everything, and it had to be decked out. If it wasn't decked out, you get fined. So everything, if you weren't good enough, you weren't good with snacks, you get fined. If you were bragging, fine. If you did good in practice, fine. Everything was a fine. So I just get fined left and right. And then, rookie dinner was no fun. They all got, a bunch of the guys got like these shots, and one of them spilled, and it was really expensive. It was a $200 shot, and he spilled it, and he got another one. I was like, dude, you just built a $200 shot, and it was so nonchalant, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was crazy.
Sipping your 2% milk.
Yeah, exactly. I had my, my Sprite and ginger ale. I had both, so it was a good night. But it was got to accept it.
That's awesome.
He's a part-time interior decorator for the holidays, also an offensive lineman for the Carolina Panthers. Brady Christensen on BYU Sports Nation. As you look back now on your rookie year, what do you feel like was the best lesson you picked up that's going to help you make that jump into your second season in the NFL?
I think two things. I think one thing is just take each week as it comes. Don't ever get too high or too low in this league, because one week you could have a great week and the next week you might not have a great week. That's just how it is. You're going against the best every week, and so you're going to have ups and downs throughout the season. Just kind of take it 1 week at a time and have a short memory and just keep rocking and rolling. The second is, I just really felt like last year showed me that I can compete at this highest level at a high level. And so that's what I'm planning to go into this year, is just with that confidence and that swagger, knowing that I can compete at a high level against these guys. And so that's kind of the two things I really learned from my rookie year.
We want to ask you about Blake Freeland as well. Here's a guy who we think is becoming a big-time NFL prospect at left tackle. Kingsley Suamataia has entered the fray as well. There's going to be an epic battle for left tackle. Blake certainly wants to hold on to that. Maybe Kingsley plays right tackle. We'll see. What is Blake Freeland like, and what do you think his prospects are in the future for the NFL?
Blake is an incredible athlete. He's got the height, he's 6'8", got the arm length, got the athleticism. He's got it all. He's got a perfect NFL body and athleticism. I always told him, I was like, look, dude, you can be better than me. Like, if you put in the work and get better, like, he's on track to be a great offensive lineman. And I hope he does. I hope he just takes another step up this year and really just dominates, because that dude is a stud. And it is crazy to think that how many, great offensive linemen are in that room right now. I mean, you even got Harris, who's a great starter, and then you got Campbell, who's freshman All-American. It's like, this is going to be some competition. I'm excited to see how it unfolds, really.
Brady, the offensive line in 2020 was fantastic. It was fantastic last year, protecting a number of quarterbacks. What does this group as a whole need to do better to be better than the line that you played on in your final season at BYU?
Ooh, to be better than the 2020 O-line, they got to do a lot.
That's a lot to ask, I know.
A lot to ask. No, I think the one thing that was so special about the 2020 O-line is that we played so great as a unit. We were playing together, probably all of us, most of us, for 3+ years. I mean, obviously we had Blake in there too. But most of us were playing together year in, year out. And so that continuity, I mean, I knew exactly what everyone was going to do it and how they were going to do it. And so when you had double teams, like when me and Clark had double teams, it was easy because I knew exactly where he was going to be, his angles. And that's kind of how it was across the board. And so I think that's the biggest thing with offensive linemen, is just getting all 5 of those guys working together at a high level is how they'll be better than us.
And Clark Barrington might be the most underrated piece of all of this. We haven't mentioned him, but you just brought him up. He's incredible. Okay, perhaps the most difficult position to evaluate is offensive line, because we can't quantify it in the same way that we can a running back and a receiver and a quarterback, right, and even a kicker in some way. So what role does the offensive line play in the success of a BYU football team year in and year out? Because the last 2 years, obviously winning 10-plus games, you got to have a great offensive line. We feel like BYU has another really good offensive line, maybe even spectacular, to try and win 10-plus again.
Yeah, I think without a very solid group up front, you're not going to win. You see that in the NFL, you see that in college, and you see that in high school too. It all starts up front. I'm not saying you have to be a perfect group or Joe Moore type of group, but you got to be solid across the board, and you can't have weaknesses. If you have one weakness in that line, they'll exploit it, and it'll be hard to get anything going. But it's huge, and I agree with you. I love seeing this, that BYU has had a great offensive line over the last 3 years, because that's how BYU should be. BYU should be able to recruit these big uglies that just go dominate. and then the rest will take care of itself. I mean, you got the skill guys that are going to be unbelievable again next year, and they're going to do what they're going to do. But if it starts up front and they're solid up front, man, it's going to be an awesome year.
We're talking with Brady Christensen. When you watch a BYU football game, are you zoned in on the offensive line? Like, what are you looking at the entirety of when you're watching a BYU football game? What's that process like in your mind?
Yeah, the few games I did watch, because most of the games were at like 10 o'clock Eastern time. So I'd watch like the first quarter before. It was always before game night. But we did have a bye week and a couple earlier games that I watched. I'm watching offensive line. I'm going to be honest. I'm watching Clarkey. I was watching James. I was watching young Buck Campbell over there. I was watching Blake. I was watching them just to see them dominate. And it's fun to watch everyone else. And then I see them dominate and then go try to find the ball on TV. But that's my process is I'm watching each guy up front when I'm watching BYU football.
Brady, it's always great to talk with you, man. We know you're busy, and you've got big things coming up. Let's give you some BYU Sports Nation karma for that. We look forward to having you back in Utah at some point. Polish up those golf clubs. Let's get out on the links when you get back to Utah.
Will do, brother. You got to go. Love it.
All right, Brady Christensen on BYU Sports Nation. The